Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to EPIC48 with Intel Starcraft 2 tournament. It's my first time on stream today. I've been a little
Well
under the
done,
weather,
yeah, well
but I
done.
rallied the troops and got here. My name's Bollard. I'm here with Hart, of course. We're still going strong. And yeah, rallied myself because I couldn't wait to watch ZVZ. I was so
the,
excited.
Yeah, you're doing a good job of acting. I'll say that.
I'm trying my best, man. I'm trying my best. I'm trying to hold it all together.
Glad
From
you
here.
made it. It's
Yes,
good
made it
to
for my one token
see
stream of the
you.
day. Hopefully you'll see more of me tomorrow. I'm looking forward to
Big
seeing
time.
the knockout brackets because there's going to be some big games coming up.
Yeah, we're here for, like you said, Zervasug, RiSky versus Aicy.
That is an interesting map name.
And
I
then
don't think that's stream safe there from AC. We can't talk about that.
It's whatever
We
AC
won't spoil
wants.
the map pool. We'll keep it. We'll keep it.
We'll have to see. It's going to be quite a high level ZVZ. We tend and try not to get like the top seeds on the stream for a couple of reasons. Firstly, it's nice to get like more of the community games. We saw like a really good series like Pigeon Marsbar earlier, which is like really close and like really fun games.
Yeah,
but also,
close games are the most exciting games to watch, right?
And they're not going to get into the kind of later stages of the tournament, so now is a good time to get them on the stream.
For sure.
Although we should try and do a Code A stream. We
could
have time.
Let's try and get the Code A final in tomorrow.
That would be good. Yeah,
I think that would be a good one to have.
But otherwise, it's tricky to kind of get these guys on stream. But the other reason is because these players may face each other and don't want to like necessarily show the builds that they've prepared.
Exactly.
So like, Aicy's going to come out like with his A game just because it might maybe get him one step further in the group stage.
Exactly. He wants to hold on to his good builds to the knockout brackets when it really matters. At this point, he's going to be pretty safe in going through to Codes tomorrow. I just need to talk about it because I've not been on stream. Tell me more about these yellow glasses.
Oh, these are the XP Pro glasses. I did a really bad job. I don't remember what like make and model these are.
No, but I'm jealous. They look really sick.
Yeah. Well,
have you got any eye strain? Have you?
No, they're really good. And actually, what I will say is because people at home don't know, we've got massive like LED.
Yeah, this is like the worst environment for eye strain because it could not be any brighter.
Dark everywhere else, and then massive light, like bright lights shining straight at our eyes, and then we're just looking at two monitors in front of us. They're really good, and what they do that's kind of interesting. Screens look quite a bit better, I will say.
Yeah.
Especially like light mode screens, like really bright screens, just have like less of that like white glare, which obviously is like really bad here because it's like blacked out and mood lighting.
A lot of blue light in here. No one's getting any good sleep tonight, except for you.
I'm sorted.
Protected from all that harsh blue light.
But the mood lighting in here looks quite nice with these on as well.
Oh,
it adds like a nice.
What we'll do is when the game starts, we'll swap over the glasses and see if anyone notices.
But I won't be able to see anything.
That'll be very funny. These are prescription lenses. Yeah.
I'm enjoying them so far.
You don't need to see anything when we're just yapping on camera.
No, that's true. That's true. And they make a few different types as well. These ones I thought just look nice, and they're quite narrow. I tried some that are like a bigger size, and they were sort of a bit loose.
So yeah,
they had all sorts of ones.
Yeah, it's really exciting. I'll have to give them a go. A little bit of a tech issue for Aicy. It looks like he is now ready, so we're hopefully going to be able to get in the game in just a sec.
Yeah,
first one's going to be lockdown.
Yeah.
Just briefly, like obviously it's my first cast of the day. A lot of discussion, I imagine, has happened already about the new patch, plural, patches at this point.
Yes, yeah.
So I came prepared with a lot of waffle
nice.
to discuss,
good.
not about Starcraft.
Don't use it all now, yeah.
But we're watching ZVZ, so I don't think I'm going to have much time.
Okay, I see your point.
I'm not going to get to see all of the new openings. So, what are we expecting to see here in a mirror match?
Yeah, well, like you say, you kind of had to prepare. We had to prepare a lot of waffle because a lot of the early game was like droning up and not that interesting. But now the ZVZ early pools are like kind of the meta, so we might see like some pretty quick pools starting off in this game. Anyway,
not got one this game.
Spawning in the top right, playing in the purple, not 10 pooling is RiSky.
And down in the bottom left-hand side of the map, in the red trunks, also not 10 pooling, is Aicy.
They are. This is complete slander. I did not say good luck Aicy. I didn't say that.
Exo said good luck Aicy. Wow.
I'm on Exo's account.
Slandering Aicy. Exo, sorry. He's not even here.
Both,
So many fake news articles being published right now.
Aicy 13 hatching. Interesting. I was just talking to Fiant about this, but mostly that you can 13 hatch and it won't ever get blocked by Protoss, but RiSky's not playing Protoss. So
RiSky's not currently playing Protoss.
Don't really know where this is going. I think
he has been partial
pool.
to a Protoss in the past, but maybe not on this patch.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. He was playing it on the old patches when he thought Protoss was OP, and now it's on this patch. He doesn't think Protoss is OP, so
he's back home, safe and sound, with his I was
Beloved
about to
Zerg.
say something
Yeah.
inappropriate. Something race. We won't use that phrase.
It is 16 pool. 16 pool, I think, is kind of the standard that people are playing at the moment for like a safe eco opener. But he is getting gas behind it as well, so this might be something a little bit more aggro, which is kind of interesting. Aicy doing a kind of weird build. I think it was 13 and then gas and
He's
then
been
pool.
supply booked, yeah, for a
Yeah,
while.
he's extractor trick, so
Extracted
this will
tricks to
be an
get another
overlord.
drone out because he was just being chilling for a while there. But
Yeah.
yeah, here comes the overlord.
So I think this has to be like some kind of Ling all-in off of not many workers, but with kind of a fake early hatch would be my guess. And I think actually Risky's build matches up really well into this. He has gas of his own, so maybe he goes like a defensive Bane nest and plays slow Banes instead of Lings. But he does have the pool done already, so he will have Lings of his own, a kind of an equivalent speed to Aicy. I mean, Aicy's hatch is done already, kind of done pretty early, but I don't think he wants the drone out of it. I don't think he has enough eco to like really use it that well. And
Yep.
it is going to be a lot of Lings to kick things off.
And speed's on the way as well,
Mhm.
like you predicted. So, have we seen either of these two players on stream so far today?
Oh, you're testing my memory now.
I don't think we've seen RiSky on stream. Question mark?
No, we didn't. Did we see AC? I don't think so.
No. So we've not got too much to go on. Obviously, with it being a mirror match, there's not been too much ZVZ on stream either just yet. But RiSky is going to get him across the map and see four Lings.
Yeah, that's interesting. I mean, AC, these are not his first Lings, so I think he might be like faking Risky out a bit. Because obviously, once you get here and the creeps all the way up, you're like, oh, I don't know what timing hatch that is, and you don't get to see the workers, so you don't know how many workers it is. Surprised Risky didn't run all the way around, because what you could do is just run all the way around and then try and run it anyway, and then obviously then you would have seen a lot of Lings. So this is, I think, going to be a Speedling flood for AC, but behind it, it's actually going to be a kind of safe Baneling nest for
Yeah, kind of
Risky.
what you predicted already.
Yeah, and actually, AC pulled out of the gas. He couldn't really afford to stay in the gas that much longer, so he did pull out of gas, so he doesn't have any Banes of his own. So that is actually going to be kind of hard to play, like Speedling versus Speedling plus Bane for your opponent.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily the spot you always want to be in.
He's just relying on pure numbers, and the Baneling nest is going to finish before he even manages to get across the map, which is going to be pretty scary for AC.
Yeah. This one's interesting as well. He does get pretty much immediately scouted. I think he did try and run around, but didn't quite manage to dodge all of the overlords, but is going to get up into the nap pretty quick. Nice hold from Risky with the queens on the ramp, but then he does have Banes of his own coming through now.
Going to attack the hatchery there to bait down the Lings from the upper rank. The Banelings are coming in. Are they going to get a good hit? Those are pretty nice.
Yeah, the first one was not great. The second was really good. And this is kind of what I was saying, like playing aggro where you're playing Speedling versus a guy that just has Banes as well is really tough. Really well played so far from Risky. I mean, we can check how good the trades have been. Yeah, 25-2. Yeah, that's rough.
That is very rough. Yeah, not really doing much in the way of denying, any kind of economic advantage either here for Risky. So Risky's going to be feeling pretty good after that initial engagement.
Yeah, I mean, he's playing super safe as well. Spine behind. People at home can definitely hear that. Some guy.
People are just really excited about the spine caller.
Unfortunately,
really
that guy's not even going to lose his voice. I'm going to lose my voice by tomorrow night, but that guy's going to be screaming all weekend.
The most mellow cast of all time, and somehow your voice will be gone first thing next morning.
This is it. I mean, I think it was an interesting opening for AC. I think it was brave, to be honest, to be like, you know what? Today I feel like playing Lingbane against Risky. That's not necessarily something I'd be brave enough to try. This is also going to get deflected pretty easily. Not bad, actually. Not a bad trade for the Banelings.
Yep,
but obviously, Risky's super ready. Even more Bane's done. Even cancels the spine because he thinks he just doesn't need it.
No, he's pretty comfy now.
Yeah, I don't know if he got a scout off, actually. Interested to see. Yeah, maybe he did run in. So he did see the work account.
Did he see AC's Baneling nest go down?
It's an interesting point. It's at the front.
It's at the front, so probably not.
No, he actually didn't. But you can kind of expect it. I mean, it's that or it's a Roach run. And actually, it kind of has to be that because it kind of has to be muters, and this is the kind of first step towards muters. Is Risky going straight for the lair?
Yep.
But like he's kind of really far ahead, so he's going to expand behind. And I think actually, as soon as the muters hit the field, I think we might see kind of the end for AC, because he's going to show up with like 10 muters, and AC's maybe Spire is done, maybe it's not even done yet, and you might have like 5 or 6 muters on the way, and then it's like it snowballs from there. It's really hard to play. Against the player as good as Risky is. That's a tall order.
Yeah, I mean, being down 7 workers already and 12 army supply against a player of Risky's caliber, it's difficult to come back from in the best of matches.
Yeah. More Lings coming out for Risky as well. He's not on a huge work account, actually pretty even up now for AC. This could be a good Bane. so well played from RiSky, honestly. Like,
Spot on the limit.
all the time you're like, oh, maybe that'll be a good Bane hit, and RiSky is obviously watching and pulls back in time. Actually, Aicy now doesn't want to make any more units than he has to. That doesn't look like it should be a wall.
It's definitely not. The drone walks just straight on through there, but RiSky doesn't care. He wants to kill the Spine Crawler, and he is now killing the drones. And GG is called. 1-0 to RiSky.
Spire is on the way behind it as well, so it's just that fact of like leveraging your massive economy. It's like I can afford a million lings and a Spire, so it's like the game's over. That's it. But I don't think AC will be feeling too bad about that one. It was an interesting opener. Didn't go his way this time. Someone's watching replay. AC is watching a replay. I think he's watching the Bane hit where he ran up the ramp and like dodged the first Bane, then ate the second Bane. He's going like, oh, okay, that's what happened.
That is indeed what happened.
I mean, these fights are so fast paced. You're like, you're watching, and then like, oh, my lings died. It's like, it's genuinely pretty tricky.
I mean, yeah, ZVZ, one of the most volatile matchups in Starcraft 2, always has been, probably always will be, and especially when it involves Ling Bling, it's going to be an explosive match.
Cool, we're going to be ready for game number 2, which is going to be on Blackrock. So far, I don't think we've seen a single map, the 4-player map, single match on the 4-player map.
No, I'm not too surprised about that. They didn't seem particularly popular.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of these things that the kind of map designers add in as like, it'd be interesting to see games on, and then it just universally gets vetoed
they've gotten
out.
rid of the showing you where your opponent spawns, right?
No,
Is
it's
it random spawns, or do they show you?
Yeah, they show you. I think that map,
okay.
there's actually only 3 possible spawns.
Okay.
So there's only like a few configurations.
Mhm.
So like, let's say if you spawn top left, you can only spawn bottom left and bottom right.
Okay.
For example, it's hard to explain.
Yeah.
But like, there's only 2 possible opponent spawns, and one of them doesn't work. Anyway, spawning in the bottom left of Blackrock LE.
Take a shoot.
AC wins.
AC wins. So it's 1-1 tied in the series. Congratulations. No, absolutely not. Little tech issue there for AC. We're going to remake the match and make sure everything is okay.
Cool. We're going to remake that one. Don't really know what the problem with that one is.
Absolute monkeys screaming behind us. Yeah, that's fair.
Okay.
Hopefully not talking about the Valorant players.
No, I think, maybe I meant some real monkeys snuck in or something. Probably wasn't the real scream. I don't know why they scream like that.
Kettering Leisure Village? Never could have happened.
Has it changed name? I feel like it wasn't always
used to be the Kettering Conference Centre. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. We got roasted by the Google Maps voiceover guy when Dan asked it to go to Kettering Conference Centre, and it was like, did you mean Kettering Leisure Village?
Like, obviously that's what I meant.
Obviously. I mean, it's the home of esports. How could we not know? Starting over here in the bottom left-hand corner, 1-0 up in this best of 3 series. He is RiSky.
Spawning in the top right, playing in the yellow.
Change colour.
Starcraft improve. Yeah, I mean, you've got to change colour if you want to win, right?
Yeah.
It's AC. I like the gaming. I like the build in game number 1. I thought that was cool.
Yeah.
I don't know how optimized it is and how how perfect it would be. And I think
you're gonna try it later.
I might give it a go. And I think RiSky didn't necessarily like scout it perfectly, against it perfectly, but it still seemed interesting.
A bit of deviation. I know, it's just a bit slower. Yeah, no early pulls. It's a shame. I want to see a 10 pull, but beggars can't be choosers.
Yeah, interesting. I mean, we did see pull first for RiSky at least last game, and it was,
true,
aggro, even though it wasn't pull first, it was aggro for AC. But yeah, interesting that neither player are going like the super aggro options like 8, 10, or 12 pull.
Yeah.
That's a 16 pull again for RiSky, actually, and for AC as well.
So pretty much in lockstep at the moment so far in this game.
Yeah, but I wouldn't be surprised if they deviated from the build that RiSky played in the game before. Last game he played like gas before hatch. This game I think he might just go straight hatch and play like a more eco style, because you already like won with that. You're already like, okay, that's good, that works.
Yeah,
Don't need to do it
well.
again. I don't know. I mean, I'm right. Well, I'm not doing a good job of explaining why I think that he would do that. Like he thinks it too, but can't put it into words. It's just one of those things that I think people that play a lot of tournaments will do, where you don't want to become too predictable. You might as well play a build that's slightly different but looks similar but plays very differently, because you know that your opponent has seen a build that works. I don't know. It's very cerebral. That's why we love
mind
the game.
games. I mean, that's part of the fun of StarCraft, right? It's how the builds match up against each other. Like, obviously, it's a shame when you do get a build order loss, but that's part of the game, right? That's why you got to scout. That's why you got to see what your opponent's doing. You got to figure stuff out early. And speaking of scouting, we see RiSky's Overlord poking in and seeing the timing of that hat trick.
Yeah, for sure. And he knows it's going to be like, oh, it's the same as mine, so we're playing the same thing.
We're just chilling.
Yeah, and like you're saying, like the build order loss thing is not it shouldn't be common if you're playing like an optimized build. And what I would say is that RiSky's played a really nice optimized opening. Aicy's was cheesy, aggressive,
Yep.
and a little bit tricky, but RiSky's build and the way he played it is like really well suited to dealing with that sort of variance. So, you know, really solid against anything that kind of basically can throw at him. That's interesting. I don't necessarily love running the Lings by, and like he just lost both of them. Didn't manage to get a scout off on like the gas, for example. Could be playing this gas list, and then he'd have loads of money.
Yep.
As it happens, he's playing it with gas, and he's going for a kind of speed.
Yeah, Aicy opting to forgo the speed for now. Continuing to drone pretty heavily, and there's the Baneling Nest coming down instead.
I think could be. Okay, no. I was going to say he could skip speed and go straight for a really early lair and play like slow Bane straight into Muters. It is going to be speed slightly delayed, and he's going to get the Bane Nest.
Could he cancel the speed?
Earlier.
Is it just
That's fair, yeah,
showing
he
it
could,
whilst
yeah.
the Ling's in the base?
But
Not doing a great job of tidying it up.
Yeah, you would want to start it kind of earlier.
I mean, you do want speed anyway.
Yeah, eventually you want it for sure, yeah. But the historically or like classically, Bane Nest at the front is like telegraphing defense, and then if you're playing aggro, you like put the Bane Nest in the main or at the back. Part of that is because you can like put the queens here, and like this sort of thing. I don't love this wall though. It's like a double gap wall.
Queen wall.
Aicy I think also doesn't love it because this is just not the.
Does it even? Do the queens even fill
That's
the gap?
a wall, yeah.
That's
Oh, there's a gap there.
How many gaps are there? Is there not a gap to the left of the queen?
That might not be a gap because I think
might
that
be a
wall's
gap.
for
No,
that.
no, I think so.
But yeah, he's kind of tested it with the Lings a bit as well.
He's testing his own wall. He's like, hey, did I wall correctly?
Well,
I'm not sure.
It also doesn't necessarily work. Sometimes the Lings are a bit dumb and like because they don't like see this as a solid thing, they'll like walk through here. But then if you tell them they can walk around, it's hard to explain. But I would have preferred like a half wall where you'd like wall here and then here.
Oh, queen just went back in time.
Yeah.
Living life on the edge with the inject.
That actually I think there might be a gap there.
That's what I was thinking, because when it was to the other side, there was a gap to the left.
Yeah, you have to kind of put it directly in the middle, and actually, like this, it's what you do is like A move and then spam click behind the queen, and you can like eventually like sneak a Ling behind. Then obviously the surface area is really good, and you can take the queen down. As it happens, I think that is placed correctly. So it's clearly not super clean from Aicy.
No, but on the other hand, we see a tech choice, so Aspire is on the way.
Yeah, I was kind of right. He was going. I was like he wasn't skipping speed. He was just getting speed and then the lair. But it was lair, and then it's going to be really fast Muters. RiSky actually already has a third on the way, so like comparatively, as it all shakes out, we're seeing like tech rush versus eco rush.
Yep.
And I think in the long run that was sort of tend to favour RiSky. That's bad.
That was what I was worried about with those queens going back and forth injecting. There was always going to be a chance for a gap, and Banelings are being morphed in Aicy's main.
Yeah, this is so tough for Aicy because he needs to get the Banes where they need to go and not let them get hit by like any other random Lings.
Loses a queen, 2 queens actually.
Yeah, I think both queens will go down, but the Banes morphing in the main is so tough, and it actually forces Aicy to make Lings that he never really wanted to make because he kind of wanted to save everything for the Muters. So many of those drones go into the red.
Another Baneling comes by now. It's going to have an absolute field day with that mineral line.
Already, like a single Ling, I think got about 5 drone kills.
They're all like 1 tap.
Yeah, that's tough.
Okay.
But we do have the Muters on the way for Aicy. Puts RiSky in a really good spot, and actually, this is really hard to play for the yellow Zerg because the purple player can just keep running Lings by all game. That doesn't look like it's walled.
It's not. He built.
Oh, he's just sniping the Bane Nest.
Yeah. I mean, maybe it's all. No, it's not.
No, it's not.
But he only had 1 queen, right? So he didn't have a choice. He had to wall with the Evo chambers, and then the second one was kind of. I don't know if it was misplaced or he wanted to leave a gap to get his own Lings out.
So this is the problem, is like, you have the Muters up, but your Muters are stuck on like permanent Ling cleanup duty, so you never actually get the damage that you want from the Muters, and that actually gives so much time for your opponent to get back in and start making Muters of their own, or as we see in this case, making an infestation pit, probably go Hydras and Queens, and like, upgrades, and that makes the mutas much weaker. Even now, like RiSky's just going to keep running into the main, so like he's wasted time in the main with the Ling, so he's going to run to the Nat with the kind of reinforcing Lings and get a few more drone kills. It's really hard to play, and Aicy seems to be kind of crumbling a bit.
I mean, he's lost 10 workers since the Queens went down. You know, since the holes in the wall.
Yeah.
11 workers now across the whole game, so it's not looking good, and the mutas haven't got any damage, and by the time they get there, there's going to be a spore crawler in every base.
I mean, yeah, the spores will be up, there'll be queens. I mean, even the overlords will get pulled back, so that's like, normally you can get some overlord snipes on the map and be a bit annoying, supply block your opponent. More Lings come by once again. I mean, Aicy does have enough Lings here. I was going to say, he doesn't have a Bane Nest of his own, actually, so like that makes defending really hard, because you need to remake the Bane Nest just so that you can use the Bane to defend the Lings. Otherwise, you do need to bring the mutas back.
Mutas are trying to get a bit harassed done. They are shooting lava at the moment, which is never particularly exciting. Hopefully they don't get killed by the queens.
Yeah,
they get
let's
out
be
of the
careful
game.
as well, because there is a infestor morphing right here. It doesn't want to get these fungals.
There's a bunch of infestors that have been made. 4 on the way currently. And yeah, he looks at the state of the map. He says, you've got 4 bases. I've barely got a third.
Yeah.
And calls G2-0 to RiSky.
Yeah, he was losing more in the main as well from the Ling run by from RiSky. So yeah, just losing it across the map. You can't really say too much about that. It's going to be a really nice win there for RiSky of Aicy, but like we were saying, Aicy I think isn't too upset about that, because he's kind of playing more for the knockout stages tomorrow and isn't trying to show like his absolute best builds today.
Yeah,
Try
I
and
think
keep them in your back pocket.
he's already locked. No, he hasn't quite technically locked in second in the group. But it's looking pretty good.
Yeah,
got
so
one
this
more
is
game
the
to play.
groups now. You
Oh, yeah,
can
this
check
is
for
good.
yourself on the EPIC48 website. We're looking at Group C right now. I'll zoom in a bit for you. So RiSky, I think, is guaranteed
Now 5-0,
first, because he's so the scores haven't been updated yet. The players need to put them in themselves. So it would be RiSky will be 5-0. So that's all of his matches played and won. All
Just
of
the
them.
one map dropped against Lilypad. Crazy.
Not bad for Lilypad.
Yeah.
Aicy will have played 4 and be 3-1, but he will have the map that the series that he lost, I mean, will be to RiSky.
So it's kind of irrelevant. The only potential is if, I guess, Lilypad somehow wins their remaining 2 games.
Yeah, I can tell you something about that. I think Lily versus Imperator has been played, and Lily needed to beat both Wimmelman and Imperator. So I did want Lilypad versus Wimmelman on stream, because that was going to be important.
But Wimmelman
forfeit. So technically Lilypad did beat Wimmelman and Imperator.
Yeah.
So Lily.
It's all down to how they play against Venny, right? Oh, they've already played Venny.
Yeah, and beat Venny. So should be 5 games played, 3-2. So Lily is 3rd out of this group.
So who hasn't Aicy played? Who's Aicy's final match going to be against?
He did play Wimmelman. Imperator.
Oh, we have an interview here.
Oh,
RiSky is ready for his winners interview.
But
so
you have to promise to come back to talk about the groups with me.
Well, I'll come back and talk about the groups once you've interviewed RiSky, but you will be far more competent at doing that than I.
Go
so
on
I will hand the headset over. RiSky, do you want to come on in?
Give me RiSky.
Here you go.
I was going to have a sipperoo of water, but I got caught short. There we go. Well played, RiSky. Well played.
Thank you.
Another good win.
Thanks.
And I had to root for Aicy. Come on now, it's my boy.
Oh, was it you saying good luck, Aicy?
Yeah, I was on
ACY's
Aicy's account, just absolutely
you did.
slandering Aicy. What do you think of the build in game number 1? It was 13 hatch and then gas pool behind.
Yeah, he told me that he was doing that build recently, and to be honest, I didn't really think that much of it.
Wasn't great.
Because he was talking about it when he was talking about it with me. He was saying like it's a good counter to temple. Which,
interesting.
Yeah,
I don't
you get,
see it, but maybe it.
Well, because you get the early hatch.
Yeah.
Your hatch health
more production
is high.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And then you also have the early pool, so you can make lings.
Right.
So I think it does sound like a good counter to temple. So I wasn't even thinking about it in terms of him like doing a ling farm behind it.
Right.
But I just got like insanely lucky with my build order choice.
It was a pretty good build order. Yeah.
Yeah, like I went 16 pool, 16 gas. I was literally just throwing it in just randomly. I didn't think about it other than that.
Yeah.
Generally, I feel when you're playing against an opponent that's like less, but you're favored against, it's quite good to mix in builds like that. That like, yeah, they do have an element of risk to them.
Right.
Like he could have just been turtling on 2 base and he could have held it.
Yeah.
For example, but I feel like it keeps them honest.
Because for sure.
One of the ways that a sort of on paper less favored player can win is being either really cheesy, like taking big risks in that
Yeah,
way,
yeah.
but also taking a big risk in being like greedy.
Like super eco.
Super
yeah.
eco, greedy,
Yeah, yeah.
like let's say he just went super fast layer into Muta and I didn't punish it,
Yeah, yeah.
then that's
It's
like a
what-
very good position for
It's
him.
kind of like the rock, paper, scissors
Yeah.
in my mind, where it's like
Yeah,
super eco loses to cheese, like super aggro,
yeah,
and then and then I guess cheese kind of loses to standard play because it's kind of built in against
kind of,
it.
yeah,
But
yeah.
standard play loses to kind of eco because
Yeah.
you don't necessarily have good options to punish
Yeah,
someone
yeah.
who's playing like
Exactly.
super eco or super tech heavy.
Yeah, and it's usually less expected. I think for the more favored player to sort of do a
Do
risky
something a bit
build
more
or like
aggro.
a
Yeah.
pun unintended. But yeah, that's why I threw it in. But I just got extremely lucky in that game. That was a complete build out of camera.
Yeah. I thought the build looked really interesting from Aicy.
Yeah.
There's a build I used to play a bit where you play 12 pool and then take a gas behind it.
Yeah,
and like link flood behind it, and that
Yeah.
looked a bit like that.
It looks similar, yeah.
Because I wonder, or like not actually like it, but like
Yeah.
it's like the same vibe.
Yeah.
Where like your links go in and you see, there's a hatch and you see like just a few links from AC.
Yeah.
And then I don't know if you're in your head you're like, oh, it's an eco opener.
Yeah.
Or if you're like, oh, it could be an aggro opener made to look like an eco opener.
I mean, you're not necessarily. I mean, maybe better players do think about this, but
Right.
I'm not necessarily thinking, oh, it could be, like a build that looks like a
Yeah.
eco opener but isn't.
Yeah.
I don't normally think about it like that. I just think about because those builds can usually be held. I mean, I don't know the
Yeah,
current
yeah.
state of ZVZ,
Yeah.
but because it's all different now. But those builds can usually be held with just good like reactions. To
Yeah,
it.
yeah. Yeah.
So I don't usually have to think about it necessarily in that way, but maybe better players do. I don't know. Maybe they think about it. In the back
Yeah,
of their head,
'cause,
but
like you
yeah.
sent the links in and then sent them home, and I was like, you could maybe like loop around and rescout, just
Yeah.
be like 100% safe. But
The
I
thing
guess
is, it's like
when you have the overlord there, you've got some time.
yeah,
and,
you got some time, and yeah, I feel like if they want to deny your scout like excessively, then they're going to.
Yeah,
and there's
yeah,
not really
yeah,
much you can do
yeah.
about it anyway.
But I think that like in denying the scout, they can give a lot more away as well.
Yeah, that's
like
true.
when
yeah.
if you're like desperately trying
Yeah,
to not
yeah,
let you
yeah,
scout.
yeah.
Like he's always like the Terran that has like 4 Marines around the edge that are like looking for overlords. Like, well, that's
Yeah.
BC.
Yeah, that's
100%,
something.
like, that's
Something's going
something.
on. Yeah, you can get
Something.
little fishy vibes
Yeah.
from stuff like that, but
Game
yeah,
2 was interesting. You played basically like the exact same build as each other.
yeah.
I think AC's Bane Nest was maybe the worst placed Bane Nest I've ever seen because
Yeah.
the wall just became impossible, and then from
I
there
think
it was not great.
it's difficult when you go pull first, and this is kind of the same on the last maps.
Mhm.
When you go pull first, your hatch is obviously later than a hatch first, right?
Yeah.
On the natural. So then your creepers later, which means you kind of
Harder
have
to
to.
wall.
You're kind of forcing yourself into walling if you do want to wall in a weird way. and
Yeah.
he probably just hasn't played the map that much.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
it's just one of those things that you don't really iron out
yeah.
until you played a lot of games
Yeah,
doing
yeah,
it.
yeah.
It's just
It's-
stuff like
I
that,
think like at this level, it's like you play it happens once, you're like, okay, like
yeah. I know what to
it's
think
a
next
new
game.
it's a new trap, but like now next game I'll just
Yeah.
never do that again. I would know for next time. But
Yeah.
it kind of all, to me seemed to like snowball from there.
Yeah.
The like really quick muters I thought was interesting.
Yeah.
But I guess the kind of eco was too weak behind to support it maybe, and then didn't kind of get enough done as the game went on.
I mean, I think so, yes, but also, well, the wall didn't help for sure because he had to like scramble to get a wall and it
Yeah.
didn't really work, and like he probably messed up his build a little bit, probably because he was just scrambling to get a wall
Yeah,
in
yeah.
time.
But
And
do you
then
think do you think 2 base muter is strong in ZVZ right now?
I think
or-
it is, but not necessarily in the way he played it. He played
Right.
it because I saw the Bane Nest, right?
Yes,
so I know
yeah.
that it's probably Ling Bane base, so it's very unlikely that he's going Ling Bane into Roach
Yeah,
because
yeah,
he's
yeah.
wasting money on a Bane Nest, wasting money on it, like mining gas
Yeah.
early, and spending it on that. And
Yeah.
even just spending the drone on the Bane Nest is still
It's
expensive
quite
as well.
expensive now, yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe too telegraphed and too obvious. and
Yeah,
then
I
like,
mean it's one of those things that like if I don't have a correct reaction, it's probably fine.
Right.
But because I went Carapace, it's kind of a blind. It's not blind counter, but it's like a good counter to Muta.
yeah.
And I played those situations quite a lot. Even
Yeah.
in previous patches where
Yeah. I
like-
think every like old school Zerg now has played
yeah,
like a lot.
yeah,
Especially if you played in HOTS or like
Yeah.
early Legacy, that was definitely more meta.
yeah, like Grand
Uh,
Carapace has been buffed as well, which makes it even stronger
Yeah,
to play
that's
like
true.
Ling based. It's so hard to it's so hard to play against as the muta player because you always have to stay home to defend.
Yeah, that's the problem.
And then
You just waste so much time in map control, like clearing up lings in your own base.
Yeah.
Especially because you sniped the Bane nest, so
Yeah.
you couldn't have defensive Banes, so the mutas were on defense.
Yeah, exactly.
And then like
then I
all
can-
of your overlords were home. You
Yeah.
had like 7 queens by the time we got across. So,
Yeah, exactly. I delayed my spores for like until his mutas like came across at the final bit.
Yeah.
So I'd have to make spores,
They were, like 7-minute spores or something.
yeah, and I have like
30.
45 drones, so I have more eco than him. It's just a really tough situation.
Yeah,
I have 4 hatches, so yeah, it's a tough situation for him to play from.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah,
But it's interesting. I think we're early in the patch, figuring everything out. We're
Yeah.
seeing how like the builds match up into each other and like
Yeah.
intersect, and what naturally follows from that, and whether people are playing like mutas like we're seeing. I think we're gonna see a lot of mutas this weekend.
Yeah.
We saw some roach kind of play already. And I think that's always super popular. So
Yeah.
I'm interested to see like how things develop, what builds people cook up, and that sort of thing. But
it should be
well
interesting
played.
because the state of ZVZ is like very up in the air at the moment. Nobody really knows what's the best thing to do.
Yeah.
Especially in the early game, people are not sure on like what builds can hold what builds are like absolutely like hard wins against each other, soft wins, stuff like this it's all very much like to be figured out.
Yeah.
Which is, it's fun.
And so far, of the 4 groups, the top 8 are 5 Zergs. So Group A is 2 Zergs. No Zergs in Group B.
Peter Drogo is top on his group. Oh,
Yeah, I mean,
of
like,
the top
of
8.
all of them. Yeah. So
Zerg
2
patch,
Zergs here, and then 0 here, but then 2 more here,
Yeah.
and then 1 here. So
Zerg patch.
5 of 8. Then if we go, there's another one there. Lilypad is out of this group, unfortunately for Venny. So that's another Zerg.
Oh, interesting. I didn't know it worked out like that.
But we do have Raz right here, so that
The single
Group B is
Terran
3
player.
Zergs.
Oh no, Venny's better Terran as well.
Yeah, that's right. And then Wiseman is out of this group, I think. I
Yeah,
don't know if
he's
that's confirmed, but he did beat
it's
Distance, so I think he probably will. So that's
It's
another Zerg.
a lot of Zerg.
It's a lot of Zerg.
We're back to the good old days of lab being only ZVZ, pretty much.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, congrats on getting out first.
Thank you.
From Group C.
That'd
I
be
don't
nice.
know who will be playing in the next
Yeah,
thing.
I'm
I don't know
interested
if
to
it'll be
see what happens. there.
CD or maybe AC, BD. I don't know how the group's going to match up.
Yeah,
but
because we've never done the like seeding into semi-finals thing, have we?
we did a few ago.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
like one of my first couple lands we
Oh,
did.
okay.
But it's
Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember how that worked out.
Yeah.
But yeah,
we
I
have
don't
to
remember.
pull some
so
strings behind the scenes and get
Yeah.
some interesting matches. But
It
yeah,
should be,
that'd be good to see.
should be cool. Though, yeah.
Now, Bollard promised that he'd come back to talk to me about the group, so I'll say thank you for your interview and
thanks.
congrats on getting up first, and I'll
Thank
catch
you
up
very
with
much.
you later.
Alright.
Good luck next. Bollard's back. He promised me we'd talk about groups. I was already rambling about it when we got.
I was going to say, I
the
saw
player
the
interviews, so we have
groups
to.
on the stream preview. I was like, are we already on groups? Did,
So
I,
what
did I
was-
miss out? Have
what
I been
was
replaced
saying
by
is
RiSky?
how many Zergs there are. So Group A is already 3 Zergs going out.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Wiseman is out above Distan.
We'll have to double check once the
Assuming
results
that
come in. Yeah.
both of them beat these other 2.
Yeah.
Wiseman beat Distan, so that should be how
That should
that
help.
worked out.
Yeah.
And then it should be Fiant out first, Lumber out second, given the seeding. But it's ZVZ, so you never know.
Yeah.
And these 2 wanted to play each other last, so
They were keeping it back.
Who
holding
knows
it back.
how that goes.
Yeah.
Group B, Raza is not played many games. He's lagging a bit behind.
Yeah, he arrived attached late, so he's got more games to work through.
Yeah.
But,
So he he beat Bromaria, right?
Super Mario on stream, yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Um,
So that sets him up pretty well.
I don't
to
know
go
how
out
the Drogo
second.
series ended. They have already played. I don't think it's reflected in this group that
okay.
we're looking at now. Have you refreshed?
I'll give it a refresh.
Give a
Let's
quick
have look.
refresh just in case that one's come through, because we were going to try and get that game on stream. Have you already mentioned that that was the final
No,
series
I haven't
for
said
the
it
day?
yet. But
No, okay.
that's it now. We are just
Yeah,
yapping about
unfortunately, we
groups.
didn't get Raza versus Drogo on stream. They'd already in game 2 when I went and looked.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, that is gonna, this is gonna be the final game that we had on for today. But it was a banger to end it with.
Yeah, for sure.
But yes, it'll be interesting to find out which one won. I suspect Drogo would take
I'd
that
lean
one.
Drogo, but that will, I guess, determine who comes second and third.
Yep.
So I guess Bromaria, his loss must be Drogo. Is that right? I guess so. Raza's
Yeah.
loss will be Drogo. Oh
No,
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 because Bromaria lost to
Bromire
Raza.
lost to Raza, so that could be in. I don't. It's possible that was the second series that
Oh, I
Raza played.
see,
So
okay.
we're not 100%.
We're
sure.
on incomplete information.
Incomplete data, yeah.
Known unknowns and unknown.
But the likelihood is that those are the top 3 that we'll go through,
Cool.
regardless.
So this one, we now know it's 5-0 for RiSky, so he's definitely out first. It's 3-1 for Aicy.
Yep.
So I was saying Lilypad should have been playing Imperator.
Yep.
So that's 5 played.
That's already gone through.
So yeah, Lily.
One of the
Lily
wins
played
is
one
against
of
Imperator.
that. And then Wimbleman is giving buys.
Yes.
The
Did you hear the other
walkovers.
news from Wimbleman?
No, what's the other news?
Wimbleman has kindly donated to increase the prize pool.
Whoa, what a legend!
Yeah, so he's
Oh.
forfeit the remainder of his games, but to make up for it, contributed to the prize pool. So really solid
that's
donation
nice.
there. Thank you, Wimbleman, for that one.
That's very nice, thank you. So Lilypad will be 3-2 in this group. So 3 Zergs make up the top of Group C,
Yep.
and then Group D. Typhoon's been played an absolute blinder.
Yep.
All of them have played and submitted their games. The admin will be happy.
Yep.
So
Wow. Yeah, Molten will be disappointed, but I have to say, been talking to Molten, he was not confident
yeah.
on the new
I
patch.
mean, yeah, he was on stream, wasn't he? I'm sure he will have.
Yeah, he's cast
already
and,
said
and
some
played on stream, so
he will
I'm
have
sure
said some.
he would have said his piece.
Said his thoughts about the patch. Yeah.
Yeah,
We'll
absolutely.
see. I think everyone agrees it needs a little more tweaking still. Any case, Typhoon doing really well, going 3-2. So
Yep.
he beat Molten, Delta Box Tau, I guess.
Yep.
So only losing to the top 2, you can't really argue that. Like he's
Who did-
kind of meant to lose to
Yeah,
Figaro and
so
even meant to lose.
Figaro
to
won all the
Roscoe.
games. Roscoe lost to Fig. Yeah, it seems pretty
Yeah.
straightforward there. And
So
yeah.
another 2 Zergs getting out top of Group D.
But like ultimately, other than like maybe Molten not making it through, who is a perennial that has been making Codes really reliably
Yeah.
recently.
Yeah.
Yes, a lot of Zergs have gone through, but they were the favourites.
I think in any case we have Zerg overrepresentation in like the UK scene. I don't think that's unfair to say.
Yeah.
And even we have foreign Zergs as well coming.
We keep getting these bloody import Zergs.
That's
we
my fault.
imported one Protoss at least.
Yeah. So we're redressing the balance a little bit. We do tend to have a foreign Protoss.
Yeah,
We had Jumi, we had Geralt, and
Geralt
we
coming
had,
for a while. Yeah.
Drogo.
Yeah,
So
we're just rotating through our import Protoss, our one token import Protoss every land.
Yeah. If you would like to be the token import Protoss,
Hit us
drop
up at
us a
EPIC48.
message. Come along. No, but genuinely do come along. It's honestly been really good fun. The hall is too noisy because all of the the sweaty
Valorant
nerds.
players. Yeah. We don't talk about them, but what we do talk about is the fantastic Starcraft 2 community that's here.
Yeah.
Everyone, we had a football match this morning. I don't know if that's been talked about on
you did-
stream.
No, but there's some footage. I think I want.
There's going to be some footage. I'm hoping we can show it tomorrow. Yeah,
That'd be
I
cool.
hear a VT is going to be put together that hopefully we can run before tomorrow's stream. You can see what we got up to.
Sweaty nerds
Surprising,
running around.
yeah.
kicking the ball.
Surprisingly,
Yeah.
the 10 or 12 sweaty Starcraft players kicking the ball around. There was some techers. It wasn't half bad.
Yeah, I believe it.
It wasn't half
We
bad.
touch grass.
Yeah, Roscoe is an absolute machine. However,
He's so quick.
yeah, slotting every single shot left and right. But yeah, maybe we'll see that tomorrow. What we will definitely see tomorrow is Codes, our top 12 players going through. And yeah, we're going to start off with kind of a cut of 4 matches, which are the round
so
of
it'll
12
be
matches
second place players playing third place players
from each group.
to see who goes on to face the first place player from a different group.
Yeah,
so we'll get them mixed up and jumbled.
exactly. The first place players basically get a bye through to the quarterfinals, and we'll go from there.
Yep. So
Everything best of 5 as well.
that's big.
Mhm.
And more player interviews, definitely.
Yep.
And anyone who didn't go through goes into the Code A,
Yep.
which we don't really follow. It'll be on the Wikipedia and stuff, so keep an eye out for it.
Yep.
There's not like a super big prize for it or anything. It's just kind of a for-fun tournament, something to do. But yeah, I think we'll try and get the finals of that on. That would be cool if we could slot it in.
I think so.
It should be pretty competitive. So people not going through is like Distan, Veni, Molten are all really good players that would be like cool to see how they come out.
Big hitters in Code A this
And
time round.
Red Dane might play it, and Wimbleman might play that
Yeah, we
tomorrow.
might be able to
so
persuade Dane to play. He's been laddering all day. He just hasn't played in the tournament. So
yeah,
yeah, maybe we'll see him in Code A in the final, perhaps.
there we go. It is 20-7. Are we closing down the stream?
Yeah, we're going to close
Gonna
down the
have a
stream
quiet
for
one
today.
tonight.
Yeah, going to have an early night for all you StarCraft fans out there. But be back here tomorrow for more StarCraft 2 action with EPIC48.